My wife finally decided on some new upgrades that I'm allowed to install on her new 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL. So I've got 5 things we're going to take a close-up look at today, guys. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Today we are not installing a lift kit on my wife's Jeep or big old massive tires, but what we will be doing is adding 5 very good upgrades that are going to add a lot of safety functionality to my wife's Jeep and a little bit of convenience. And the cool thing about what we're going to be taking a look at today is only one of them is Jeep specific. So no matter what you drive, there might be something here that you're going to be very interested in. Now, before we talk about each one of these products, let me just say that you can find links in the description below for everything you're going to see here in the video, and if you buy using those links, you're actually supporting this content and I would really appreciate it. So first up, what we're going to be doing is installing a 2.5-pound fire extinguisher. Now, a fire extinguisher is a very important piece of gear to have on an off-road vehicle. And my wife said, do I really need to have a fire extinguisher? Yes, you need to have a fire extinguisher. Now, this one is by Amerex, and this is an ABC fire extinguisher. It's a dry chemical fire extinguisher. And what the ABC means is it's good for combustibles, it's good for liquid flammables, and electrical. This is a perfect size fire extinguisher to have in the back of the Jeep. The important thing to know about this, though, is it will last for about 10 seconds. So if there's a fire, you need to get on it pretty quick, but you're only going to have 10 seconds of dry chemical shooting out the back of this. And this fire extinguisher does come with its own mounting bracket, which will give you some versatility if you want to mount it somewhere. But what I have ordered for my wife is this really nice bar tack holder. And of course, it's yellow to match the Jeep. And it's got 2 Velcro straps. So we're going to mount this on the rear roll bar. And this is going to make it very easy to pull this out if we need to access it. You know, you never know when there's going to be a fire in your vehicle or someone else's, and to have a fire extinguisher and easy access to it is very important. Let me show you where we're going to mount this really quick. All right, before I put the first thing in the Jeep, I should mention that this all has to be wife approved. So after I get everything installed in the Jeep, I'll have her come out, we'll get her on camera and get her impressions. We'll make sure that she's happy with where everything is. Now with the fire extinguisher, you've got a couple different options. Now, it's supposed to be mounted on the roll bar, and you can put it up here. On my Jeep, on the 4-door, this works out really well, but it makes it a little hard to get to on the 2-door. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount it here, and I think that'll make it easy access, just opening the rear door, but I gotta make sure the wife is happy with where I put it. So this should be pretty straightforward. You just get these straps and just strap it on. The next item I'm going to be adding in my wife's Jeep today is something I've talked about on the channel before, and that is this Gerber strap cutter. Now, I have witnessed a few rollovers in vehicles before, and what happens is when you roll over is the seatbelts lock up. And getting out when you're upside down and that seatbelt is locked up is really challenging. And the last thing you want to do is get out a pocket knife and cut those, because what happens is you use a knife, you get that sharp blade, you cut all the tension off of that seatbelt, and that becomes a very dangerous situation because you could fall on the knife, you could cut yourself or whatever. And so having one of these strap cutters, you know, it's almost, you got a nice little safety hook on here. You're not going to cut yourself. You just cut that seatbelt, you're free. And then on the end here, you've got the ability to break the glass. So a nice multifunctional piece of gear, and it's very small and compact. And what I like to do is to add this double-sided Velcro tape and just secure that on here. And that gives us all kinds of options to mount it in the Jeep. And obviously my wife doesn't want this sticking out everywhere where she's gonna have to look at it every day. So we're gonna tuck this away really nice, but still have it secured so she can get to it in an emergency. Let me show you. So having your seatbelt cutter easily accessible is very important. And it's pretty common for folks to just mount them right on the sun visor. That way you can just pull it right out of there. But my wife's not gonna wanna stare at it every day. So what I thought was I would mount it on the inside of the sun visor, but there's not enough room, it won't close. This actually closes up flush, so that's not gonna work for me. So what I'm gonna do is come inside here, and under the armrest, I'm gonna take the Velcro tape and I'm gonna tape it right here. And I think that's gonna be the perfect spot because it's secured and both the driver and passenger can easily access it. So I think that's a great spot, and my wife won't think that's too intrusive there. So often when I am out on the trail, we do not have any cell phone reception. And so having the ability to communicate without a cell phone is very important. And while carrying a CB is a great option, you cannot reach out and touch folks very far away with a CB. And so what we're going to be doing is putting this Biofang UV5R V2 dual band radio in her Jeep. Now, I have been using this radio for a long time. I've actually got a couple of these. They're a great radio. It's a ham radio, so you do have to have a license to transmit on it. However, you can listen all day long and monitor other folks' conversations, and you can transmit in an emergency. And with one of these radios, from line of sight, you can talk several miles, and if you can hit a repeater, boy, it's endless how far out you can communicate with somebody. I really encourage everybody, one, to get your ham license, and two, to carry a ham radio. This is a great little tool, and this is a very compact. I think we're just gonna throw this right in the center console. So ideally, having a hard mounted ham radio in your vehicle is the best way to go. That's actually what I have in my Jeep, but I also do have the handheld one, and I have a permanent place where I can mount mine, but here we don't have one, and sometimes just throwing it in the sun visor actually holds up really well. And then when you're not using the radio, the great thing is the antenna comes right off, and we can just plug that right in her little cubby hole, just like that. Easy day. Now, I've mentioned several times on the channel that I was in the Navy as a corpsman for many years, and first aid is very important to me. And having a good first aid kit in your vehicle, especially your off-road vehicle, is really important. Now, you don't need a massive trauma bag if you're just going out for the day or for the weekend. Having something small and compact like this MyMedic MyFact is really all you need. There's a lot of great gear in here. Now, I did a review on this a while back showing each little item. I'll leave a link down below. Go check it out. But let me just open this up really quick and show you just generally what's in here. There's some good gear, and we've got a really cool place where we're going to mount this in the Jeep here. So the MyMedic kit comes in a really durable first aid kit, and you've got a couple different mounting options in the rear. You've got a big strap that's adjustable, and you've got the MOLLE straps here, and it's all on a Velcro backing, which makes pulling it in and out of the vehicle very easy. And then when you open it up, it's got 3 compartments. One over here where you've got some medication, some ointments. Here you've got some saline, some suture material, some tape, and then there's a tourniquet, Israeli bandage, and some other advanced first aid supplies. It's really good stuff. It's very well organized. Again, a full review. I'll leave a link in the description. You want to see each little thing that's in here. It's a great kit, guys. Let's go install this in the Jeep. All right, so we're going to mount the first aid kit here back on the rear seats of the JL. And the JL has this MOLLE system, which is really cool. It's going to make installing this really convenient. You just slide the straps in between these existing straps that are back here, and it's a little bit of a tight fit, but that's actually what you want. You don't want it to be banging around kind of loose here. I really wish my Jeep had this. This is a pretty nice little setup that Jeep came up with. So once you got those through like that, then we can just buckle them down. And that's on there really good and tight. And then we just throw the kit on there. And then if we need it, we just rip it right off. Easy day. I think that's perfect. And the last item we're going to be talking about today is a phone mount holder. Now, my wife has just been throwing her cell phone in the cup holder, and it's just not working well for her. So what I've got here is this phone rail system from 67 Designs and their phone mount with the carbon fiber arm. This, I've said this before, this is the best cell phone holder on the market, and now they've got a new rail system for the Jeep JL. They also have a single system for the Jeep JL as well, but I think this is going to work really great for us because she can mount her phone up here, and then I can pull my iPad out of the Jeep and put it on here because you can put multiple of these balls, give you all kinds of versatile mounting options. Now, full disclosure, 67 Designs did send me this stuff for free. However, I was using their stuff long before we had a relationship with them, so I'm happy to work with them and talk about their gear. It's good quality stuff, guys. All right, let me show you how to install this. All right, now we're gonna mount the 67 Designs rail system in here, and this is super easy to do. Now the rail system does come with some adhesive backing on the back here, and we'll clean the dash with a little bit of alcohol to make sure that it adheres. And there's 2 screws in there already, and we just pull those screws out and they screw right in here. But they also supply some additional screw holes and 2 extra screws, actually 4 extra screws, 2 on each side. And if this isn't firm enough, we can drill into the dash and firm this up a little bit. So what we need to do is pull off this rubber pad. Very simple, and then this will just lay right in there. And in order to drill the holes for those extra screws, we probably have to drop the window, but we'll worry about that in a little while. But what's really nice is this rail system, you've got this adjustability with these balls, and then you can take the phone mount and you can put the phone mount wherever you want, and then I can mount my iPad over here, whatever works. This is a great little system, and I love how low profile this is. It's not some big intrusive thing just sticking out. I think the wife's gonna be very happy with that. All right, hon, so Jordan and I have been installing everything that you approved in your Jeep today, and I think you're going to be very happy with where we put stuff, but I need your seal of approval. So first off, we've got the fire extinguisher on the roll bar in the yellow mount. What do you think?
No, it's good.
It's good. I think it's out of the way. And then we've got the first aid kit on the back of the seat there, and I think it's cool because it integrates with the MOLLE system. And the only thing I thought about when we were installing it is if somebody's sitting in the back seat, you know, we can just take that off, you know, it just comes right off with the Velcro.
Okay, and can I flip the seat up and still have room for shopping and groceries?
Yep, got plenty of room, and I don't think it's going to impede anything. So,
all right.
Cool. Now hop in the Jeep. I want to show you the phone mount.
Guess I should grab my phone.
Okay, so it's just like in my Jeep, same kind of system.
Okay,
And there
it's
you go.
easy enough.
Now we can move that around and put it wherever you want. What do you think?
I don't like it here.
Okay.
It gets in the way of the air and probably the navigation system, and kind of my view. If it's over here, it would be a little less out of the way, but still accessible.
Okay, well the cool thing about this system, it's all on rails, so we got a lot of adjustability. Plus we can put my iPad mini in there if we want to go on a long trip, which is kind of cool.
Alrighty.
And then in the center console, we've got the radio and the seatbelt cutter.
Okay.
Good to go?
Good to go.
Perfect. So we have met all your rules and have your seal of approval?
You do.
You're awesome. So I know we didn't add, you know, some big old flashy bumpers or big old light bar to my wife's Jeep today, but I think these products right here are really essentials for everybody's off-road rig. And again, I will leave a link down below in the description. If there's something you saw here today in the video and you want to go check it out, go click that link down below. It helps support the channel. And look, we've got plans to do all kinds of mods to the Jeep here going forward. This was just kind of kicking it off a little bit. If you're visiting TrailRecon for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a member of the TrailRecon team. Thanks for watching.